Hello YouTube, this is Are You a Train Man 2, and this is going to be a short build series on a couple of items. The two 24-foot flatbed doubles, which I've actually seen a lot in the area where I used to live, and I will be putting these Viking Freight decals on this 28-foot wedge trailer, and the wedge trailer will not have the roadway decals that are in the kit. I'll just save those for something else later on down the road. In this video I'll also tell you a little bit about some products that have been out for a while, but I don't really see a whole lot of other modelers using them. That will be probably a little later on. And also specific types of models that have been out that you might not know about, or you might know about. The first is the Athearn. I'll take this off because it's not Athearn, I don't believe. The Athearn, it's called a 20-foot container trailer, and it has metal axles underneath. You put it together as a kit. It has rubber tires on it. It also has writing on the side. This one is OOCL, I believe, or OCCL or something. OOCL. It even has the OOCL markings on the mud flaps. Can't remember if I put those on or not. You have to paint the taillights on yourself. But this is the Athearn 20-foot container chassis, which works really well with the 20-foot containers from Walthers. It works with other containers as well, but this is the one that I purchased the unit for. You can use them to haul on trailers, or you can use it on the an actual flat car on a train. This is a Herpa brand 362E Peterbilt Cabover. It's painted for FTL, for a trucking company my dad used to drive for. And the stripes, I know they're not straight. This was actually my first attempt ever at modeling a vehicle, and this semi right here is like 17, 18 years old. And the trailers, they look pretty good with them. They also come with different landing gear. You can get the shorter landing gear and then put the trailer on the semi, and then the landing gear won't touch the ground. I left the long landing gear on it because I used to leave this just sitting. And so anyway, there's that. But also, there's another company called American Limited. I'm sure once again a lot of you have heard of it, but maybe some of you haven't. American Limited and also A-Line are the companies that supply Athearn with their container chassis, and with other things such as semi-trucks. The highly detailed Athearn tow truck, I do have one. I don't have it here. It's the Jimbo's towing truck that I know you've seen on my channel before. That truck is actually an A-Line kit, and what Athearn does is they buy the kit and they put it together and put their paint on it and decals and everything, and then sell it as a really high detailed model. Well, it's actually an A-line model that you can buy for 15 bucks. But you know, for modelers like me who like to change things up, modify things, cut things off and make them longer or shorter, or you know, you can do all kinds of stuff with it. I'd much rather have a kit because you know, cutting apart a perfectly good model is still pretty tough to do. But this is a American Limited manufacturer, and as you can see, it has the decals on the side and the little red and I think silver safety banding. Has the rubber tires. They come with decals for the mud flaps and license plates and all kinds of neat stuff. This is painted for Maersk. But the cool thing about the American Limited model is these can extend out to the 48-foot and the 53-foot containers. If you have some modern 53-foot containers, and then it just goes right back together. So these work really good and look good with the 40-foot containers by whatever, Walthers, Athearn, whoever makes them that you like to use. And I painted mine for Maersk because I had a Maersk container, and I thought, oh, that'd be cool if it matched. And it does look kind of cool. The weathering's not all that great, but we're not going to worry about that. Together as a truck, looks pretty good. I mean, it looks okay. I've had a lot of comments on things like, you know, trucks and trailers and people and details like orange safety cones, you know, things like that, and just basically where I got them from and how I painted them and detailed them, weathered them, whatever. So that's what this video is going to kind of be about. This will be a two-part video because I don't want it to be so long. So at the end of this video, right now, I'm going to go ahead and take out all the parts to the two 24-foot trailers, and we'll see what they look like, and you know, see pretty much how easy or how hard it's going to be to put it together. And then in part two, we'll start to put it together. Well, paint it and then put it together. So here we go. Let's open her up. And for anyone who hasn't had any A-line kits, these are not really all that hard to put together. They're pretty basic. You know where the tires and rims go, you know where the axles go, and it's pretty easy. So don't get too frustrated or too worried about it, because it doesn't take a whole lot of skill to do this. You'd be surprised how easy it is. Okay, right off the bat I noticed that there is grooves on the top of the trailer that are like wood slats, because you know, these are slightly older trailers from you know, probably the early 70s to the mid 90s, where these trailers were seen everywhere, along with the 28-foot wedge trailers. I have a second one here with the yellow decals, and I remember seeing these all the time, so I'm gonna put one of those together as well. And also I noticed that there's this, what looks like a flash piece here. I don't want to break that off yet because it might not be a flash piece, so we'll just wait and see. Okay, there's a piece of landing gear for one of the flatbeds. Here's two, I want to call them rear buggies with the built-on mud flaps. It's apparent to me now that the trailers only have the single axle version, and these just very easily pop into place, so it's not that hard to put them together. But when they're done, they'll look very, very detailed, very nice. So so there's that. One trailer has landing gear because there's only one set of landing gear. The other trailer will have the what do they call these? The axle dolly. It's a dolly that goes in between the two trailers, and hooks to the second trailer, which has a trailer hitch there in between the mud flaps. I can see there's flash on the end of the trailer hitch, so I'll break it off. So it'll kind of look like that with axles here, here, and here. So that's how it's going to look. It has the real rubber tires, like some of the Athearn kits have. Not the older ones. This isn't Athearn, this is Walthers. But I believe Walthers purchased the Praline line, or had the Praline line, and had these little cheap cabs to put together. Athearn had the same thing. They had cheaper stuff. It was like the bargain line, I guess. But they can be detailed up to look really good. Will they be as detailed as the Herpa line? I don't know. But I can modify things and make them look totally detailed. Things like Matchbox cars. They have those Matchbox cars, semi-trucks. They may not look great in detail because they have molded on things like the air cleaner box here on the side, and things just look kind of hunky, but they do have smokestacks that I can use. They have the mirrors I can use. I may be able to use a grill work, I'm not sure. I could cut the bumper off and use it. Some of them have tires you can use. This one's not all that great. This one is broke. Obviously has some nice mirrors on it to a modern truck. It looks like a Kenworth. They have interiors that I can take out and use. There's a smokestack on the back there that I can use. So don't rule out junk parts if you go to say a thrift store or a yard sale and you find a box full of broken toys. A lot of things can be used. So yeah, obviously this is flash. These two pieces on the front of the trailer, they're flash. I'm going to break those off. And in part 2, we're going to figure out what color we're going to make these, and if we're going to put a road name on them, such as Viking or whatever. And we'll go from there. Here's the rims. I'll have you check those out real quick. I know there's not great light in here right now, but rims, they look pretty good. Pretty darn good, actually. And so anyway, yep, that's what we'll do in the second video. So see you guys, and take care.